The Rock River Valley Blood Center is helping kick off Rockton's biggest summer celebration with a push to save lives and fuel the Old Settlers Days Festival at the same time. The center hosts its annual Old Settlers Day Blood Drive at the Rockton American Legion Hall. Officials say it's the region's largest blood drive with a goal of collecting more than 200 pints of blood. In return, donors receive free entry into Old Settlers Days at Settlers Park in Rockton, where gates opened at 4 p.m. today to launch 4 days of music and entertainment.
I didn't start donating blood until my grandfather needed a blood transfusion. He was 92 years old and he had 10 units of blood transfused. And as I was sitting in the hospital watching him receive this blood, I realized that 10 random strangers had saved his life.